Who's in the film?
Tyler Mane. It stars Tyler Mane, Muse Watson, Derek Mears. 3 pretty large horror film icons. Tyler Mane was Michael Myers in Rob Zombie's Halloween series. Derek Mears was Jason in Friday the 13th, and also Predator in the most recent Predator films. And Muse Watson, who played Ben, the fisherman with the hook, and I Know What You Did Last Summer. And a lot of the horror film fans have been wanting to see Jason and Michael fight, so this was kind of like a cathartic, film for them, hopefully, to see them go head to head. They're not those characters, but at least they're the actors that play those characters. And I think our film is a little bit, it's a supernatural thriller, so there's a little bit more of a characterization and a story going on than a lot of slasher films that you might see. It goes a little bit more emotionally in depth into those things, the characters, their motivations, that kind of thing. So,
I would imagine you saved a ton of money by not filming in Georgia, and that's near Russia,
I think
right?
we probably did. There was discussion that it would probably save us money to film in Georgia, but I don't know, man. Like, I'm glad we didn't. I'll tell you that right now. I wouldn't have been able to do it with so many close friends if I didn't do it in LA. It was so much easier. I could go home at night. It was nice.
How long was the shoot?
18 days. We also had we had one day of like first team pickups, and then I did a few like insert shots here and there. So total of 19, 20 days.
And whereabouts did you film it?
We shot most of the film in Santa Clarita. There was this house that we had scouted out on Newhall Ranch, and it was this former CEO of Newhall's house, and nobody lived in it for I think 12 or 13 years. So it was kind of run down, but it was really cool looking, and it fit a lot of the needs that we were looking for. It's hard to find an isolated house in California. I mean, you can find some, but exactly the script needed a certain look, and needed a certain surrounding, and needed to have trees. There's a tree house written into the script, so there's a lot of stuff that we needed to have. There was a very specific set of needs that we had for our location, and that one fit almost all of them. The ones that didn't fit, we made adjustments to the script based on that, but it was darn near perfect. And we were the only people that had shot there.
Was it haunted?
Was it haunted?
Did any of your gear move, or did anything?
No, I mean, there was a lot of weird noises in the forest outside the trees and stuff. I always thought there was some kind of animal stalking me. Whenever I would go out to the restrooms that were like on the outskirts of the set, I would hear something in the woods, and I always felt like I was being watched by something. I thought, and it felt like it was like a large animal of some kind, like a panther or some kind of. I just imagined it being some kind of large cat that would probably tear me apart. So I carried a knife with me when I was around on that set, just because I didn't want to, run into any.
It's like Hunter.
It's just like Hunter. No, but it was really. And I think the security guards and several people who were there overnight for whatever reason, art department or whatever, would kind of hear the same noises, and we were all speculating what that was. Could have just been the wind, but it's more fun to think it's other things.
Right. What did you shoot on?
We shot on 2 Red Epic. Well, so it was 1 Red Epic. We shot on 1 Red Epic single camera shoot, and we used Arri Ultra Primes as the lenses. A range from, I think I had a 14 mil all the way on up to 85 primes. So people ask me what I shoot on, I always talk about the glass, because to me that's more important than the camera itself, because the glass really defines the look of the film. And I really like the way that Arri Ultra Primes flared, and the flare was an important part of the style that I wanted in this film. Anytime there's a ghost, or in my opinion, whenever there's a specter present in the film, spoiler alert, I wanted there to be some kind of flaring going on in the lens, almost like it was affecting the camera image. Because I've read a lot about how ghosts can affect the camera image, or they cause
the orbs,
aberrations of some kind. Yeah, orbs or flares or things like that. For me, I wanted it to be flares. It was something I could easily accomplish without having a visual effect, and it was something that I also liked the way those lenses looked, so I could incorporate it into the visual style as well as subliminal subliminal things that are going on in the filming as well. So when you watch the film, most people aren't going to notice that, but I notice it. So yeah, there's just some things in the film that are kind of like second or third level viewing type details, like with the flaring. And there's also, strange reason, there's a fly just constantly around Gary Muse Watson's character, and it starts with the first time that he senses a presence, and the fly just landed on his face, and it like caused him to look over where I needed him to look exactly at the right time. And this fly just kept coming into the frame whenever I needed it to come into the frame, and doing that same thing. At one point, a fly lands on his face again in the exact same place, and it was like halfway through the film, like days later, and it's the same looking fly, the same, and it landed there for a good amount of time, exactly how long I needed it for. Just all freak occurrences, but that fit perfectly into the film, fit perfectly into the rules of the world that we created.
Was the fly union?
You know, I never got to ask him. He flew away before I could get a chance.